Jordan Peterson is a psychologist, but he is well known for having views on literally about everything, which is not a bad thing, right? Yeah, well, only if your views are actually original and not influenced by the media company that feeds you. Here is a clip of Jordan Peterson discussing Israel-Palestine conflict.
A war occurs when people can't agree, and we certainly can't agree on the facts of the matter at hand with regard to the conflict in Israel. My sense is, most fundamentally, that it's been hyper-convenient for the radical Islamists, especially those in Iran, to have Hamas and the Palestinians suffer greatly and continually so that they can be a constant goad in the side of Israel and the US. And so we've stepped right into that as well.
I agree with him on the fact that war occurs when we cannot agree about the facts of the matter at hand. But his next statement is a bit problematic. He claims that Iran is the perpetrator of the war between Israel and Palestine, but the facts show a very different picture. According to every international legal body, Israel is the one committing war crimes against Palestinians. Gaza is under prolonged and inhumane blockade by Israel. Israel has built illegal settlements in West Bank. Israel has built an illegal barrier in West Bank. Israel is not following the international law on the rights of refugees. And after all these clear breaches of international law by Israel, it's ridiculous to claim that Iran is the main problem here. Here I am not saying that Iran is completely innocent or there is no anti-Semitic sentiments among the Iranian leadership. But to suggest that Iran should stop supporting Palestine means that both Iran and Palestine should accept all the war crimes of Israel and just give up all their rights to make peace with Israel.
What's the solution? Well, I'd be a fool to offer one, wouldn't I? Because there's been a plethora of solutions offered with regards to Israel and the Palestinians over the last 6 decades, and very little progress has been made on that front. And I think the reason for that is that there are incredibly entrenched interests in whose interest it is to prolong and make as bloody as possible this conflict. And so there's no hope for peace under those circumstances. And for the Islamic fundamentalists, so-called Islamic fundamentalists who are fostering the conflict, what's a few 100,000 or million Palestinian lives? Doesn't hurt them if all those innocent people die. So that's a dreadful situation.
Now, first of all, it's completely ridiculous to suggest that there is no solution. The solution is to follow international law on both sides, and then persecution of war crimes from both sides. And his statement that Islamic fundamentalists are trying to prolong the conflict just shows his ignorance on this topic. United States and Israel are the ones who vote against a two-state solution of Palestinian problem. Israel's prime minister shows maps of Middle East with no Palestine. He also claims it is their land because it was promised to them in their holy book. So after all this, if you think Israel has no interest in avoiding the two-state solution, you just need to declare yourself a Zionist.
If I was in Israel's shoes, I suppose I would likely do much the same as they are doing, with one possible coda, which is that as Israel becomes more successful on the military front, which is highly likely, the swing in popular opinion is likely to increasingly go against them, because it's a lot easier to trumpet moral virtue by siding with the hypothetical victims than it is to celebrate the accomplishment of the conquerors. And so I'm afraid that one likely outcome for Israel is that they win militarily, but lose strategically.
It's not true that as you get militarily successful, public opinion shifts against you. Many people used to praise Stalin after World War because he helped defeat Nazis. So public opinion only shifts against you if you are on the wrong side. And in the case of Israel-Palestine, public opinion is shifting against Israel because it is becoming clearer to everyone that Israel is the one committing war crimes against Palestinians. Overall, I think Jordan Peterson did a very good job of protecting his relation with Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire. I mean, look what happened with Candance Owens for criticizing Israel. She was fired from Daily Wire. So maybe Jordan Peterson was avoiding that consequence. Anyway, that's the end. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe.